Hello everyone, it is Shadows. I'm here to cast another League of Legends game for you guys. We've got Misfortune, Kog'Maw, Trundle, Lee Sin, and Taric on one team versus Olaf, Twisted Fate, Leona, Graves, and Amumu. So, I actually think that Kog'Maw is going AP. We actually jump in here, we can see it's live. I'm sorry again guys, yada yada, you all know all of that. But yeah, it's AP Kog'Maw versus AP Twisted Fate. No surprise there on Twisted Fate. Amumu versus Olaf, I believe. Yes, Amumu versus Olaf. No. Amumu's on the other team, so it's Olaf versus Lee Sin. My bad. The jungles we have Amumu and Trundle. Down at bottom we've got Leona and Graves versus Taric and Misfortune. So let's go ahead and jump into things. I did cast a League of Legends game, or not game, but tournament this previous Wednesday, and I kind of had fun. And it was my first time dual casting, so yeah, there's that. In the meantime, we actually see I believe it was First Blood going out, or just a trade between Lee Sin and Olaf. So yeah, First Blood, I forgot who got it, but it was about 3.5 minutes in that First Blood was given. Actually see Olaf right now with his cloth armor, boots, ward, and a couple of health potions. Lee Sin has wards, longsword, and plenty of health potions. Amumu right now coming in again to try and maybe do something versus Lee Sin, but not really able to do much because Lee Sin kind of knew, what was going on because he has it warded. Meantime, Graves right now is pushing down at bottom and just completely wrecking Misfortune's day. Graves does have 29 CS versus the 25 of Misfortune. And actually see Trundle right now comes in to gank that Twisted Fate and actually gets quite a bit of damage off, and looks like Kog'Maw wanted to maybe get the kill, but he doesn't quite have the mana to do so. It's actually very, very rare that we see a AP Kog'Maw, because usually he's ADC. I mean, it's as rare as seeing a AD Twisted Fate now that you've seen AP Kog'Maw. It is that rare, because very, very few people actually pull it off, and it's not that good anymore. It can still be valuable, but everybody builds Kog'Maw as AD. He can be built as AP, his stuff does scale off of ability power, but his ult now scales off of AD as well. His Caustic Spittle scales off of AP, same thing with his Bio Arcane Barrage and his Void Ooze. In the meantime, we see Graves right now getting a nice bit of damage off on that Misfortune, causing, she did use her, her cleanse to get out of that Leona stun. And I actually see right now that Olaf is being kind of passive with that Lee Sin. They can't really do much to each other as much as they can just kind of poke, have some fun, and just try and do some damage to the other. We actually see Olaf right now getting some pretty big damage off on that Lee Sin, and he barely managed to survive that last turret hit thanks to his his potion. But in the meantime, we did have, wow, that is something you don't ever see. The mid teleporting to top to get the kill. But yeah, he did, and that's a thing. That did happen. Yeah. Sorry, just still trying to, adjust to everything and get used to seeing a Kog'Maw middle and building AP instead of AD. Also, it's been a pretty long day again, technical issues, all of that stuff, and yeah, thankfully I can fix everything in the edit. But we actually see Leona getting nice damage off on that Misfortune actually allowing Graves to get the kill on Misfortune. Misfortune did get the kill on Leona. Trundle gets the kill on Twisted Fate, which I'm not surprised at. Now it looks like Graves is gonna pretty much try and run for his life, and he'll be able to do so without that much of a hitch. I mean, he's forced underneath his tower now, but nothing really too bad about that, I guess you can say. In the meantime, that Kog'Maw is going ahead and pushing middle because nobody's there to stop him, and he's gonna get some pretty decent damage off on that tower, you know, bringing it to about 16, just a little under 1700 health. And again, between Olaf and Lee Sin, it's kind of passive. You know, Lee Sin can die to Olaf, but Olaf can also die to Lee Sin. But that is going to be very, very rare sight to see, seeing as Olaf is level 7 and Lee Sin's level 5 still. In the meantime, we do have again just Misfortune and Taric now pushing Graves underneath his turret, and he's trying to just regen some mana and, you know, be useful, still trying to get last hits here. In the meantime, we do have Lee Sin and Olaf again just going at it toe to toe. And yeah, looks like Graves right now just being the aggressor on Taric, which I highly suggest you always want to try and push the support out of the lane like ASAP. It's kind of a bigger deal than pushing the ADC sometimes out of the lane. Because you can push the ADC out of lane, but he can still get heals from the support, whereas if you push the support out of lane, he's more focused on trying to heal himself half the time instead of healing his ADC. Meantime, we do see Olaf initiating onto that Lee Sin, and Trundle coming in to try and actually get the kill on Olaf, and he made tower dive to do so. Nice dodge right there by Olaf, and managing to have Lee Sin and Trundle just back out scared. I mean, they did nerf Lee Sin's shield. No longer gives you bonus armor and armor and magic resist, which it actually used to, which made tower diving early levels a whole lot easier and feasible. And actually gave your target the same thing, but now it's just a flat shield damage absorption, like how Shen's shield is. Meantime, nice yellow card into a bandage toss by Amumu and Twisted Fate, allowing Amumu to get the kill on Kog'Maw. And Kog'Maw gonna try and just get some more CS right there. In the meantime, Olaf is pretty much gonna probably die now to Lee Sin, or if not, just take a bunch of damage by Trundle on Lee Sin. And actually, no, looks like Amumu coming in now to try and maybe get something going here. Nice ult in by TF, getting the kill on Trundle right there. Meantime, Olaf now running scared for his, or no, that's Lee Sin running scared for his life from that Olaf and Amumu, because he knows that he'll die really, really, really quick. And nice bandage toss right there by Amumu onto Lee Sin, allowing Olaf to get the kill. Meantime, we do have, Graves down here right now, just being pressured again by that Misfortune and that Taric. And they can actually tower dive right here to just try and kill him, which I wouldn't be surprised if we did see that, because it's a very feasible thing for them to do right now. And Misfortune again, she's just gonna harass the crap out of him. We actually see Mumu now coming down from all the way up the top, and he can actually get a kill on one of them, even if Graves were in there. And he's probably gonna nice ult by Mumu right there, allowing Graves to pick up the kill on Misfortune. It looks like now Amumu's gonna try and maybe land another bandage toss out. No, he's just gonna actually back off there and allow Graves to die underneath that tower to that AP Kog'Maw again, which I'm thoroughly surprised that Kog'Maw is ballsy enough to try and go AP when it's not that good. You can see the scaling on his AP, it's not that good for his ultimate. For his Caustic Spittle, it's actually pretty good. For his Bio Arcane Barrage, it's not that good. And for his Void Ooze, it's actually pretty decent. But you'd get more out of your AD for your Living Artillery versus anything else. Again, I don't know. That's just still an odd choice. Like, yes, you can spam Living Artillery more, but really, in the grand scheme of things, you're probably going to be auto-attacking more than spamming living artillery, just because your caustic spittle allows you to, lower the enemy's armor, and then your bioarcane barrage allows you to attack at a greater distance, which is why people like to build him AD. In the meantime, Graves right now is just being bullied by that Misfortune. She doesn't have that much. She has her boots, Brutalizer, and BF Sword, where Graves has his boots, a Bloodthirster, a Potion, and his Doran's Blade. Meantime, we do see the blue team right now with Trundle, Lee Sin, and Kog'Maw going for that dragon, and Taric just going in to heal one of them, just because really he's the support and he should be doing that one way or another. And we see Amumu now trying to come in for bottom again to actually gank it. We have Taric stunning right there on Graves. Leona getting the stun off on Taric, and nice mummy thing by Amumu right there. I gotta figure out what that is again, I'm sorry. The Curse of the Sad Mummy. In the meantime, Misfortune did get a double kill. She may actually get a triple kill here. And yeah, she'll get a triple kill thanks to the tower. But that's just not a good trade-off for the purple team. That's 3 for 2. In the meantime, Olaf right now is taking some pretty hefty damage from Lee Sin and vice versa. And Olaf right now could tower dive if he really wanted to and just go for it, which it looks like he may wind up doing. Lee Sin does kick him away from the tower though, which I don't know what that Olaf was doing, taking more hits than needed from the minions. I actually see Twisted Fate right now being pushed out of his lane thanks to Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw's just spamming living artillery, and looks like now Yellow Card just barely out of range of the tower. Twisted Fate would have really loved to have Kog'Maw in range of that tower. In the meantime, we do have Trundle going ahead and getting the kill down here on that tower, and Graves trying to push Trundle out of his lane. Whereas he's trying to push Trundle out of his lane, but Trundle's there with full force with Misfortune and Taric, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. In the meantime, Olaf is, again, just being, kind of aggressive with that Lee Sin and vice versa. And nice kill right there by Amumu onto Kog'Maw. Really, Kog'Maw can't do anything. In the meantime, we do have a nice big fight down here at bottom going on. I believe Leona did use her ultimate, and looks like she'll try and maybe down the blade onto that Misfortune again for Graves. No, she'll die before she gets the chance to, and Misfortune gets the double kill. And it looks like now Twisted Fate's going to try and maybe get a kill here on somebody. But, sorry. It doesn't look like he may be able to. And Misfortune just uses her ultimate and doesn't really do any damage whatsoever because she doesn't get a chance to channel it. And Twisted Fate having to just port back now and trying to regain some of his health. Sorry, guys. Again, not my best cast, but yeah, I'm doing the best I can on such short notice. I completely forgot what I was supposed to be doing tonight, and yeah, I decided to play like 6-7 games of League, and totally forgot I should be casting a game. I feel as if when I'm playing, I don't actually cast. I just try and commentate and force the commentary. But yeah, on rare occasions you'll have one of those power hour videos again. I mean, it's not going to be all the time, but if I happen to have a game that's like that, I had a blast playing Ziggs. I always do, because he's just a bunch of fun. His bombs are bombs of fun. I mean, there's nothing else to say on that part. But actually brings me to an interesting question. Are he and Tristana at all related? So it seems like all of Tristana's abilities are like cannon or like mortar related, and in some way like cause explosions. And that's all he's about. That's all Ziggs is about, is explosions. Meantime, nice ult by Leona right there onto that Misfortune. But Misfortune does get the kill on Graves, and she'll wind up living here thanks to Kog'Maw teleporting in. Looks like now Leona's gonna run away, but I don't know. Misfortune's now 7-3, which that's definitely a really good spot for her to be in, and bad spot for Graves. Meantime, we do have Trundle just trying to help Lee Sin defend that middle tower right now versus the 3 of the purple team that are there. But looks like that tower is going to go down either way. And now Olaf may die here. Nice ult right there by Amumu, catching Kog'Maw right there at the tail end. Trundle doesn't get the kill on Amumu right there. And it looks like Kog'Maw just barely dies to Twisted Fate's pick a card. Meantime, Leona comes in again and dies to Misfortune yet again. And now Olaf trying to run away from Trundle, Lee Sin, Taric, and Misfortune. He may be able to do it, but not without dying. No, Graves picks up the kill on Trundle. Misfortune gets a beautiful ult off on just about everybody there for the purple team. Manages to get the kill on Graves. Twisted Fate gets the kill on both Lee Sin and Misfortune with his wild card. So that's a thing. This is just a back and forth game. There's a 500 gold difference between both teams, and we're 18.5 minutes into the game. I'm not going to speed it up or anything like that because this is just too interesting. I mean, if anything, I would rewind it, but I really don't need to. Olaf got trapped over here, so did Graves by Trundle's Pillar of Filth, and that's really what caused Graves to die. Graves died right about over here, but really he just took a bunch of unnecessary damage by being trapped right here. And he was probably thinking, fuck, where are all my abilities to get me out of here? And I don't think he had Flash up at that time, and he just used his Quick Draw. So he couldn't really do anything except for Smoke Bomb and hope for the best. Meantime, we do see Graves getting caught out right here, and again, nice Pillar Field just trapping Graves a little bit. Meantime, Graves does find a Flash out of the way, and nice buckshot and ult right there by Graves, but really doesn't kill anybody or do enough damage to warrant it. And Twisted Fate now ults in, and he ults in to try and get the kill on Kog'Maw. Meantime, Trundle is just trying to run away here and maybe, do a little damage. In the meantime, Kog'Maw gets the kill on Twisted Fate in the middle. Kog'Maw gets killed by Twisted Fate at the same time. Olaf gets the kill on Misfortune down here at bottom. And Taric died to, I don't know who. In fact, I'm going to rewind it 15 seconds just to see who killed him. So at this point, Taric is still dead. Let's jump back another 15 seconds. Okay, so Taric dies at this point right here. It was Amumu that got him with the what was it? The Tantrum. Oh no, Despair or Tantrum. So yeah, and I'm actually going to go ahead and speed it up here because we kind of already know what happens. Graves picks up the kill on Trundle. This is pretty much right about where we're at. Yeah, the ace happens, and yeah, now the blue or purple team's panging really hard for that dragon. And no, we were a little closer to the timer. Let's see, we were about over here-ish. Let's speed it up a little more. And yeah, we were about here. So really, we didn't miss much. We missed the purple team getting the dragon, and that's about it. Meantime, Twisted Fate does ult in onto Misfortune, and she barely lives. And Graves just really doesn't have enough damage for his collateral damage to do, a ton of damage. Sorry for the overusage of damage, but he doesn't have enough AD for his ult to be of great use. Versus, let's see, he has 221 versus Misfortune's 261. So she's a clear 40 AD ahead of him. But then again, she has 4 more kills than he does and a little more farm? No, less farm. But those 4 kills add up to being just a little more farm. So yeah. That's something that happens. Meantime, we do see Lee Sin, pushing bottom a little bit, which I'm kind of curious about why. Like, you'd think he'd want to push top. no, he's actually pushing bottom, and we see Misfortune actually getting her red buff, and I believe now she's gonna get a Last Whisper. I would be surprised if she didn't get it, because it's pretty standard on most ADCs. And Kog'Maw again, the AP Kog'Maw is just tossing me off. It's like a giant monkey wrench when you're playing dodgeball. You know, we've all heard the expression, if you've seen the movie Dodgeball, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, but imagine this is a 80-foot monkey wrench, okay? That's the type of monkey wrench AP Kog'Maw tosses into the mix. You know, there's like almost no way of dodging. In the meantime, we do see Twisted Fate ulting bottom here to try and maybe get a kill. In the meantime, Taric gets the kill on Graves, which that's never a good thing. Looks like Lee Sin will die here to Twisted Fate, which she just got lucky yellow, well, not even a lucky yellow card, just a nice yellow card at that. And Leona gets a nice ult in on that Misfortune, but she does flash out of the way, and yeah, she would have certainly died there between Amumu and that Zenith Blade. Amumu's Bandage Toss and Leona's Zenith Blade. That would have been a world of hurt for her. We do see, however, Twisted Fate and Amumu going ahead and pushing that tower a lot. And actually, Twisted Fate has... No, he's got just base AD. That's, yeah. That's really not that good. I mean, I would maybe opt for going for something like a, oh, in the meantime, while I'm talking all of this, Trundle does die to Graves, which I guess is good for Graves. Means he can actually, you know, be of use, because he can do damage now. He's actually building up stacks for his Bloodthirster, and it's almost full. And let's see, what does Misfortune have? She's going back to base now. Again, I'm calling she turns those two items, the longsword and pickaxe, into the, into the Last Whisper, and I was right, because that's 35% armor pen, and 40 damage, which is an extra 5 from what the items, like the two items alone gave her. So, again, pretty standard on her. Graves, I wouldn't be surprised if he... Well, he'll get the same thing, and then I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a Black Cleaver. A nice ult right there by Leona, nice out the blade in as well, and Dawnbreak, or Shield of Daybreak. And that Kog'Maw's almost dead. A nice ult by Misfortune right there with just everything going on. We actually see Graves right there getting stunned, and he'll probably die right here. No, he flashes over the wall. Leona takes the death for him, which it's okay to lose your support at that point in time. You know, in the meantime, Kog'Maw is just out for blood right now on that Olaf, and Trundle gets the kill on Olaf thanks to pretty much all of his team. And that Twisted Fate just went ahead and pushed bottom during all of this. He's like, screw you guys, I'm going home. And he actually just teleported. Like, he ulted the fuck away. And now him and Graves are gonna try and stop the blue team from getting that Baron, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen, because Graves did just die to Misfortune right there, and Misfortune gets the kill on Twisted Fate as well. It looks like now that she's about to was Kog'Maw's living artillery that gets the kill on Amumu, and that's, I don't know, it's premature to call this, but depending on just how that went right there, the blue team's obviously going to get the get Baron, so they're going to be, you know, a nice try and steal right there by Leona, which, you know, that's kudos to her for at least trying. But based upon how that fight just went, and the fact that it's even gold, almost even kills, I would have to just put the whole favor right now into the blue team, because they do have Baron, but we need to see if they can capitalize on it. Misfortune right now is probably going to start building towards the, let's see, she's got her Black Cleaver already, she's got the Bloodthirster, she has Last Whisper, she's now got a Quicksilver Sash, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a Guardian Angel on her. Same thing with Graves. Graves would be wise to get Guardian Angel. It actually looks like he may be getting a, I actually don't know what he's getting, because you don't often see a giant spot on Graves unless you're getting, like, a really, really, really tanky item, like, say, Warmogs, for instance. Which, that wouldn't be that bad on him, to be completely honest. It's more health, which gives him more sustain. He's got a ton of burst, and, yeah, the longer he's in combat, the more armor and magic resist he gains. So it's not too bad. Meantime, we did see the purple team going ahead and getting Dragon, which put them in the gold lead, surprising enough. And actually see Trundle versus Amumu right there, and Amumu was gonna win thanks mostly to Graves, and then Twisted Fate comes in for the kill steal, I want to say, because really Graves was doing enough damage to him. But it looks like I was wrong. Looks like the purple team now can just go ahead and push, because yes, the blue team has Baron, but again, that AP Kog'Maw just throws a huge monkey wrench into everything, and it's not really that good. He just really doesn't scale well into late game. You can see his ultimate actually does 160 plus 19 plus 113. He has 377 AP and only 139 AD. So yes, his ult hits like a truck, but it would hit even harder if he had AD. And again, even a simple item like, say, what would be a good item for him? Hextech Gunblade, for instance. Gives him Spellvamp, AD, AP, and gives you Lifesteal. That would be pretty good on him. You know, for this stage in the game. He actually has his Seraph's Embrace and Athene's Unholy Grail. Wow, he wants that mana sustain. Wow. Plus he also has, you know, the Rod of Ages, which again, it's not that bad for an AD anything unless you don't have mana. But I actually see Kog'Maw getting some nice shots in with his ultimate and getting a kill with his ultimate actually. It looks like Olaf just gets kicked back into the entirety of the blue team. Misfortune ultimate doesn't actually kill anybody. We do see Olaf now running for dear life, and Kog'Maw now just being because there's, like, he really doesn't have the mana for the Athene's Unholy Grail to be of great use. Like, yes, he can spam his ultimate to an extent, but then it just gets to be too much mana to cast. Like, now his ultimate, I believe it casts, yeah, it costs like 400 mana every time he wants to cast it once he's at max stacks. In the meantime, nice jump in by Leona. In the meantime, Kog'Maw did get the kill on Twisted Fate. Misfortune gets the kill on Leona, which I'm not surprised at all. And looks like Taric just tried to stun Graves and missed. Meantime, Olaf gets the kill on Taric, and there was a nice ult by Amumu, and looks like, yeah, Kog'Maw dies right there to Graves, and wow, Olaf gets the kill on Misfortune, and Lee Sin gets the kill on Amumu? What? A nice dodge right there by that Lee Sin. And, yeah, the blue team is definitely hurting right now without Trundle in the fights. Because that's a Pillar of Filth plus, what is Trundle's ultimate? Agony? Yeah. That would help. Plus, Contaminate, really nice. You know, Trundle affects the target area with his curse for 8 seconds, getting movement speed and attack speed, and reduces crowd controls on him by 35%. That's not bad. Plus, Rabid Strike. Again, all these things are good. They would help immensely in a team fight. Plus, Agony. Trundle immediately drains the target of 250 plus 0 health and 25% of their armor and magic resist, then drains them again for the total amount over the next 6 seconds. So that's a lot. Let's see, how much is it? 25% of their armor and magic resist. So if he were to use that on, say, Olaf, that is a fuck ton of armor. I don't like using curse words when I'm casting, but that is just a ton of armor. If you use that on Amumu, that's a ton of armor and ton of magic resist. A quarter of Amumu's armor? Wow. Same thing with Olaf's. Plus, if Olaf pops his ultimate, that's even more armor and magic resist. That is just insane. It is insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain! Sorry, I had to. But yeah, that is just insane in the membrane. Again, if you don't know that song, look it up. It's a really, really funny and good song. I don't know what else to say on that part, but yeah. I'm actually looking now at what the blue team can do to stop this from just snowballing in the purple team's favor. And one of the things I can come up with is the Trundle goes ahead and, first of all, vendors that Wriggle's Lantern gets something else. And just making Olaf waste his ultimate like that. Misfortune does get a nice ultimate off with everything going on. However, Olaf does get the kill on Kog'Maw. And looks like... Ooh, sorry, Misfortune does get the kill on Misfortune. Graves gets the kill on Trundle, which I'm actually surprised at. Lee Sin gets the kill on Leona, which, no surprise, support dies. In the meantime, looks like Olaf gets the kill on Taric over here, and Graves gets the kill on Lee Sin over here, so... Yeah, if that Kog'Maw were AD, then this would be different, because he can get Blade of the Runed King, which is pretty much the new Madrid's Blood Razor, and he would just wreck, Olaf's face, wreck Amumu's face, and just be able to laugh. Because, yeah, that's insane, but other than that, there's really nothing else that could have been done other than Taric maybe popping his ultimate at better times, if in fact popping it at all. And maybe, like, Misfortune getting better ultimate placements. What else could have helped? Obviously, Lee Sin not being so far behind in the farm versus that Olaf. I mean, we can see Lee Sin has 179 CS versus 219 of Olaf. And also Lee Sin's 2-7, Olaf's 9-3. Do the math. But that's it, guys. Don't forget, there is still a Dota 2 giveaway going on. So far, one person's entered. All you have to do is go to the newest Dota 2 giveaway video and leave a comment below that video, and you will be entered to win a copy of Dota 2. It's as simple as that. Once the winners are picked in February, I'll go ahead and, send you PM over YouTube asking you for your Steam account name and all that stuff. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully I'll be casting more tournaments in the future. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll be tweeting what I am casting them in. Yeah, if you guys enjoy the cast, go check the other videos I got up on the channel. I'm doing Assassin's Creed 3 playthrough, Warcraft 3 playthrough, and Worms Revolution playthrough. And yeah, the previous video I uploaded was a power hour of me playing Ziggs. I enjoyed it, and it's going to be something that happens from time to time. It's going to be like the Rage videos, it's just going to happen. Can't really schedule it. But that's it, guys. My name has been Shout as well. Don't forget to like and comment down below. Also subscribe if you haven't already. And I will talk to you guys next time.